moving between here and there is the best way to really catch her. God! She's got one of the guns I need. The spray and pray. That's going to tone down the difficulty of this so much as long as I don't go into close quarters combat. Turns every bullet into a grenade. It's amazing.
So, this
But it
is
goes
the
through
famous
ammo like you
Diamond
wouldn't
City.
believe.
I suppose I hope to find more of a gem than a dusty home base.
I'm going to put our weapon
Civilization
away.
is the rough, if you will.
There's a nice little RP thing we can do with a man and his robot.
Hey, kiddo. How are the paper sales?
Well,
Wow.
the presses are getting overloaded. That motor is going to go soon if we don't replace it.
I can
You've
take a
been
look
saying
at
that
it.
for weeks and the old girl still keeps cranking. Stop worrying so much.
The synthetic truth. October 2287. The Synthetic Truth by Piper Wright. Noodles. We all eat them. We all love them. And Diamond City's Power Noodles has supplied this sustenance for the past 15 years. From the stilted mechanical cadence of Takahashi's programmed Japanese to the fragrant steam that wafts from each bowl to the scalding tang of each delicious mouthful, the ordering and eating of noodles is by one of many shared human experiences. Or is it? I was struck by this very question as I sat at the counter of Power Noodles last Wednesday night, just after 5 p.m., enjoying a dinner. I had so many times before. That's when I noticed our very own mayor, McDonough, is that settle up? What? Okay, settle up to a stool and engage in the very same ritual. Right hand extended, mouth opening, teeth chewing, yes, eating noodles. The shared experience of almost every Diamond City resident. So it must have also seemed to the residents of Diamond City nearly 60 years ago on an uncharacteristically warm May evening in 2229 as they sat around this very same counter, but that was before the days of Takahashi and his noodles, when the bar served not noodles, but ice-cold Nuka-Colas, frothy beers, and stiff shots of whiskey. The barman's name was Henry, and that night he facilitated the shared human experiences of drinking, smoking, talking, and laughing. That is, until tragedy struck. There aren't many among us who are even old enough to remember that evening, although some of the city's ghoul residents certainly could have, had they not been forcibly removed, thanks to the Mayor McDonough's anti-ghoul decree of 2282. But there is one person among us who does remember, distinctly, the events of that evening, respected matriarch Eustace Hawthorne, who encountered her story in a public occurrences exclusive interview. Oh, I was there, all right. Sitting right at the bar, sure as you're sitting in front of me now. 22 years old or so, and just looking to have a good time. I was safe behind the wall, we all were. So, what was the harm? And let me tell you that Mr. Carter made it easy. He came into town earlier that day, said he was from out west somewhere. It didn't really matter. What did it matter was his smile, his laugh, and the way he'd make everyone feel at ease. That night at the bar, we all just sort of crowded around him. Everyone wanted to exchange a word or hear about the state of the Commonwealth. And Mr. Carter, he was all too happy to oblige. It was just so wonderful until it wasn't. Eustace continued her account of that evening and the moment when things turned sinister and the truth about Mr. Carter was revealed. We'd been drinking and carrying on, must have been 3 hours. Mr. Carter had 4 or 5 drinks in that time. He seemed a bit drunk, and I guess like the rest of us. Then something just sort of happened. He flashed to Mars! Wait, wrong Mr. Carter. He was smiling, but the smile sort of went from his face, all in an instant. And then his cheeks started twitching. Kind of funny. And I remember watching him, clear as if it happened just yesterday. He reached inside his coat, took out a revolver, and then blam! He shot Henry Barman right in the head. Didn't hesitate, didn't show any emotion. Mr. Carter killed Henry as casually as if he were paying him for a drink. But his cheek never did stop twitching. Let me tell you, all hell broke loose after that. What Eustace is describing is, of course, the infamous event known as the Broken Mask, when the people of the Commonwealth learned for the first time that the Institute, the shadowy scientific organization responsible for the creation of combat androids, had actually succeeded in creating a model so advanced it could effortlessly infiltrate human society. Unbeknownst to the people of Diamond City, the Institute had somehow evolved their androids into true synthetic humans, Synths. After he shot Henry, that Mr. Carter shot 3 or 4 other people too. Like I said, all hell broke loose. The guards came running. They opened fire, and Mr. Carter, he kept shooting and throwing people around left and right. Finally, those guards put him down. Seemed like they had killed a man who had flipped his lid. Gone crazy. And he lay there like a dead, crazy man. Sure enough. God, it was horrible. But then we saw the plastic and the metal. This was one of them early synths, you see, and we realized it wasn't a man at all. It was then we all knew. The Institute wasn't just out there. The Institute was everywhere now, among us. It was never determined precisely why the synth known as Mr. Carter went on his killing spree. Some suggested he had somehow been remotely controlled by the Institute, who wanted to test his combat effectiveness. Still, others felt he had simply malfunctioned, a hypothesis supported by the twitching cheek, and was never meant to kill anyone. But at that time, the why hardly seemed important. What mattered was that the humans of the Commonwealth had been truly infiltrated by an organization whose intentions and motives were, and still are, a complete mystery. Using a model of synth even less advanced than the ones the Institute has in service today. Which brings us to noodles. Specifically, the noodles consumed by Mayor McDonough last Wednesday night, in the same spot that Mr. Carter, the synth, went haywire and mercilessly killed several people. After spending hours sharing experience with the people of Diamond City, assumed was reserved for members of the human race. They were wrong. Are we?
Much. I gotta head into the office.
Interesting
You start whistling
story.
if you see any angry politicians coming our way.
Why? Is something wrong? Piper? Read all about it. Institute replaces people with machines. Are you next?
I already read it. Alright. Let's go talk to her. We gotta go speak to
Glad you dropped by. You holding
Nick
up, Blue?
Valentine. Where is she? Hey, no. Wait, what? Blue? I ain't wearing blue. Let's be sarcastic.
My favorite ballpark's become a shantytown. Today's been great.
Interesting you mentioning that, seeing as you're from a vault. Yeah, you're not wearing the blue jumpsuit right now, but the Pip-Boy and that fish out of water look? Dead giveaways. So here's the deal. I want an interview. Your life story in print. I think it's time Diamond City had a little outside perspective on the Commonwealth. You do that, and I'll tell you what. I'll come with you. Watch your back
I
while
don't want you
get
with
used
me.
to the world above ground.
Here's your headline. Local woman says no.
Gonna be like that, huh? Smart ass. Fine. We'll do this later, but I want that interview, got me?
Yes.
Piper.
You ready for that interview now, Blue?
Alright.
All right, Piper. I'm in.
Good.
Let's get her the most sarcastic
Let's
answers
get down
possible.
to business. So, I know you're from a vault. How would you describe your time on the inside?
Let's see.
It was just me and 1,000 guinea pigs. They turned carnivorous.
Okay. I guess we're gonna have to go with the satirical approach to this art. So, you've seen the Commonwealth, Diamond City. How does it compare to your old life?
Oh, fun destroying things or it sucks. I gotta think about this one for a moment, because her life story did have tragedy, but she was a normal kid until about
You're
6.
standing there with your jaw hanging out. Say something.
Then her family died in a fire. She got passed around to foster homes till eventually none of them would take her anymore because she kept getting into trouble and she lived off the streets.
Hello? Anyone home?
We'll say fun.
I've been having
things.
too much fun blowing things up to think about it.
Gotta make my job hard for me, huh? Alright, if that's the quote, that's the quote. Now, the big question. You came all this way looking for someone. Who is it?
You heard wrong. I'm not looking for anyone.
Don't lie to me, Blue. This is your story. Don't you want people to know the
trust you.
truth?
Why do you care?
This is news. No one else in Diamond City may care about the missing, but my paper does.
I lost family, okay? I'm trying to get one of them back.
What's their name, Blue? Who are they?
My baby, Sean, was kidnapped. He's not even a year old.
The parent after the missing child. As heartbreaking today as it ever was. Tell me, do you suspect the Institute's involved?
I don't know.
No one ever does. That's what makes them so scary. For the last part of our
think we're
interview, I'd
joining
like
the
to do
Institute.
something different.
Among other
I want you to make
factions.
a statement to Diamond City directly. The threat of kidnapping is all but ignored in the Commonwealth. Everyone wants to pretend it just doesn't happen. What would you say to someone out there who's lost a loved one but might be too scared
we should be able
or
to
too numb to
teleport
the
with them,
world to
right?
look for them?
It might be, because you can only get in and out of there with that, so that might be a way around the survival thing too. Unexpected side effect, not intended. One day at a time.
Find who's responsible and make them pay. Simple as that.
I'll take anger over apathy any day. Good quote. Thanks, Blue. That's everything. It's gonna take some time to put this all together, but I think your story is gonna give Diamond City plenty to talk about. Look, about
Yeah,
your son.
carnivorous guinea pigs.
I didn't know if you were on the up
Everybody
and
loves
up
talking about
before.
carnivorous
Didn't want to
guinea
waste my
pigs.
friend's time, but I think he can help you. His name's Nick Valentine, a detective extraordinaire. Got an office here in Diamond City. Just look for the neon sign with the heart in it.
Neon sign with a heart? You sure he's not running a brothel?
That would be hilarious, but no. No, Blue, he's on the up and up. Anyway, I agreed to come with you, right? Watch your back. Just say the word when you're ready. I can't wait to see where the story
I'm not
goes
ready
next.
for you. I don't want you. Alright, so let me just check my theory here. I don't think she had any magazines here like Grognak the Barbarian or anything like that. Yeah, see, we can't sleep in that. I know I'm famished. Fine, we'll buy some noodles. Since they're so delicious here. And reading that story about delicious noodles and wafting aromas. Let's get some
Anyone
noodles.
is one of those things. It's that secretary of his, her and her.
So she's in.
Do yourself a favor and just say yes.
Tell me
It's
a
all
joke.
he understands.
Tell me a joke.
Ah, it's just the same thing. Alright.
Yes?
Cup of noodles. Alright. Wow, 34 caps. Mother. Alright. Okay. Wait, no, don't cancel it. No, don't. What's it? Accept R.
Able to tell the difference.
Alright. I think there was a mod that you can actually watch yourself eat, but I don't remember if that was... I'm gonna choose. I'm gonna sit. I'm going to third person view if it'll let me. Okay. I don't think it's... I'm trying to see if it'll let me show us actually eating. Give me noodles. Oh, that moguls flying! Well, we ate the noodles. And that did jack squat for our hunger. Alright. What are you looking at? Alright. So Valentine's office... Man, where are we? I should have got a Nuka-Cola for that dude. Forgot about him.
Sometimes you gotta wonder, does anyone fight back?
Don't be
Institute has to have enemies, right?
What?
You
mean the railroad?
railroad?
Well, that's a fairy tale, man. They don't
We
exist.
must kill
Nah,
the railroad.
I heard from my cousin. He knows a guy that works for him. They got a code phrase and everything. Follow the Freedom Trail.
The hell is that supposed to mean?
That damn cat.
You're full of it. And that kind of talk is gonna get you smashed up by the Synths.
Valentine Brothel Agency. I mean, Detective Agency.
Told you your luck wouldn't last forever.
Oh yeah, this one does have a magazine, right?
His ties. Oh, bingo.
Nice.
Mr. Dragon, glad to see you still fancy intellectual
Something
pursuits.
wrong?
Another stray coming in from the rain.
It is actually raining this time.
Afraid you're too late. Office is closed.
I know you must be busy, but I won't take much of your time, miss. It's important.
You don't get it. The detective, he's gone. Missing.
Huh.
Picture on milk carton time?
If only it was that simple, right? Nick disappeared working a case. Skinny Malone's gang had kidnapped a young woman, and
Skinny
he tracked her
Malone.
down to their hideout in Park Street Station. There's an old vault down there.
Hanging pretty good, Soul Skaith.
I told Nick he
What's
was
going on?
walking into a trap, but
Playing a
he
little
just
Fallout
smiled
right
and walked
now.
out the door like he always does.
We are not the heroes of the wasteland.
Hey, I'd love to help.
We just picked
But
up
there's the
Cannibal
small
Perk,
matter of
and I'm dying to
expenses.
use it.
Don't play games with me. I'll pay you if you find Nick, but it's going to be 100 caps. That's the reward, and it's not
We
up
have
for
no
negotiation.
charisma. Who's this?
Who's this Skinny Malone character?
I
And
don't
yes,
know
our
much
face
about
is
him,
horribly
but he's from
scarred
Good
and
Neighbor,
burned.
and
We're a
that means he's
tinkerer
in the well-pressed suits and
pyromaniac.
machine gun school of thuggery.
You said Malone's from Good Neighbor?
Yeah, it's a
Think she
tough
could put it on our
neighborhood.
map, maybe?
Northeast a ways. People with power there care about two things: style and body count.
Yep. Fantastic. All right.
I'll find
need to
him.
get Nick.
You have my word.
Thank you. Nick
hate
should
when
be
you're
easy
forced
to
to be a
spot.
good guy in
He's
these
always
things.
wearing that old hat and trench coat getup. Please hurry.
Okay. Jewel of the Commonwealth. Hold up, though. Let's see what we got. Helps if I go to the menu here. Alright. Hopefully we don't get murdered by super mutants when we leave here and have to do all this junk again. Still need to go through our weapons here. We do need to do some more damage. But we also need... We're gonna get armor because we're gonna need some more defenses. Unlucky Valentine. Yeah, I'm trying to make all the wonderful choices here that this character would make. What do they mean by be in the loop? I mean, the problem with trying to get into D&D games, it's always the supply and demand.
Don't move, Sim. What have you done
Oh
with the
my God.
real Riley? Where's my brother? I swear I'm not a synth. Don't shoot, for God's sakes. We're family.
Wait, I think this guy gets shot, not this guy.
Put the gun down now.
He's a synth. He'll kill us all. Kyle, no!
Okay.
This is on survival, so we have to sleep to save.
Hear me? Just you folks and your damn paranoia.
Oh, he's got sweet roll. Nice. Penetrator pipe goes up.
I need you to step away, Scabber.
No. No. I want that cap. Come on, go down that cap. What? They don't want me to have that cap. So I'm going to take everything. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Who was I talking to? Ah! Damn it, that sucks. Alright. But yeah, the problem with D&D is, and this is in, real life, both online, it's supply and demand. So you only have so many guys running a game, the Dungeon Masters, and everybody wants to play. Some people like smaller groups, like, 3-4 people. Other groups can handle 6-7 people in a group, sometimes more. Usually conventions, they'll handle a butt ton of them, but if you have any local places, the Adventurers League that they do, I've seen those have pretty big groups, but you have to kind of almost reserve them, at least some of the game shops around my area. Online, it's kind of hit or miss. I'm just curious as to what they're saying about the loop, though. I mean, how do they expect to get new players? Unless they want somebody who's played the game for a few months? Is that what they're referring to? Because the D&D 5th edition is not hard to pick up, and nor does it take very long to pick it up. It's very easy.